Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna Hare Krishna.
Brahma bole chaturmukhe Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Mahadeva Panchamukhe Rama Rama Hare Hare Brahma bole chaturmukhe Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Mahadeva Panchamukhe Rama Rama Hare Hare Brahma Bale Chaturmukhe Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Mahadeva Panchamukhe Rama Rama Hare
Hare.
Brahma Bale Chaturmukhe Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Brahma Bale Chaturmukhe
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Mahadeva Panchamukhe Rama Rama Hare Hare Mahadeva Panchamukhe
Panchamukhe Rama Rama Hare Hare.
Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada. Prabhupada,
Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Srila Prabhupada.
Prabhupada, Prabhupada,
Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Prabhupada.
Jaya Jaya Gurudev, 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 Jaya Jaya Gurudev.
Jaya Jaya Gurudev, 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 Jaya Jaya Gurudev.
Har Har Mahadev. Srila Prabhupada ki Jai, Gurudev ki Jai. Is I sent Sri Shivastakam, which was composed by Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to Mother Bangshidhari. I hope she sent it to others so we can. Okay, can we put it on the screen so we can sing that very quickly? Or if you all have, then it will be fine.
Prabhu, I think so. Everybody might have been received in the group because in the WhatsApp group.
So then we're going to sing. I don't know the tone, but this is how we sang right after Mangalarti today in the temple. And temple was packed. We had a lot of senior devotees and they were singing. I was introducing this one. This is a very wonderful prayers to Lord Shiva on his appearance day on Shivaratri. Now you may say, we don't see in ISKCON they do that, but Chaitanya Mahaprabhu did this. And Srila Prabhupada, I'll give some comment how Srila Prabhupada also participated in this wonderful Shivaratri. So we are going to sing this together. We are not going to repeat because it will take a long time. Nama Namaste Tride. Maybe we have to have a flower. Then we can do the Pushpanjali together. So everybody please collect some flower and you can offer every time we go to the next. There are 9 verses. 8 verses is Ashtakam and 9th verse is the Falashruti. So I'll read the translation of the Falashruti, the number 9. Or Gautam Prabhu, you have this song in front of you. Can you read the translation loudly, please? Number 9.
Yes, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. Number 9. Yes, Prabhuji.
Okay, just hold on one second. Maybe we should read the whole translation and then we sing. You can do one, and next person keep going. Everybody one. Okay, go ahead.
Yes, Prabhuji. So I need to read first, right, Prabhuji?
First one.
Yes, Prabhuji. Translation, paragraph 1. I perpetually offer obeisances unto you, the Lord of the 30 primal Devas, who are the original father of created beings, whose character is gracious, upon whose head, which is crested by the sickle moon, the Ganga springs, and who are a festival for the eyes of Gauri, the fair goddess.
Very good. Next.
I offer my obeisances to you, who resemble a moon of molten gold, who are dressed in garments colored like a group of budding blue lotuses or lustrous rain clouds, who bestow the most desirable boon to you, your devotees, by your delightful dancing, who offer shelter to those who seek to become one with the transcendental effulgence of Godhead, and whose flag bears the image of the bull.
Yep.
I offer my obeisances to you, who dispel darkness with your 3 eyes, the moon, the sun, and fire, and thus cause auspiciousness for all the living entities of the universe, and whose potency easily defeats thousands of moons and suns.
Next person taking long time. You have to go very quick. Someone, please, voluntarily. This is glories of Lord Shiva.
I offer my obeisances to you, whose form is brilliantly illuminated by the jewels of Anantadeva, the king of snakes, who possesses divine potencies and are clothed in a tiger skin, who stands in the midst of a thousand-petaled lotus, and whose 2 arms are adorned by lustrous bangles.
Next.
I offer my obeisances to you, who bestow happiness to your servitors as you pour upon them the liquid nectar flowing from your reddish lotus feet, upon which charming ankle bells ring. Obeisances unto you, who are adorned by an abundance of germs. Please endow me today with pure love for Sri Hari.
Okay, place yourself in front of Lord Shiva, and you are, somebody is helping you to repeat. Next person.
O Sri Rama, O Govinda, O Mukunda, O Sauri, O Sri Krishna, O Narayana, O Vasudeva, I offer my obeisances unto you, Sri Shiva, who are the monarch ruling over all the bee-like devotees who are mad to drink the nectar of these and other innumerable names of Hari, and who thus destroys all grief.
Next.
I offer my respectful
obeisances to you, Sri Shiva, who are forever inquired for confidentially by Sri Narada and other great sages, who very easily bestow one on them, who bestow the happiness of Hari Bhakti to those who seek one of you, who thereby create auspiciousness and are thus the Guru of everyone.
I offer my obeisances to you, who are a festival of auspiciousness for the eyes of Gauri, who are the Lord of earth, life, energy, who bestow rasa and are expert in forever singing songs with eagerness of the pastimes of Govinda.
Okay, I'll read the Falashruti. So we are going to sing the prayers. Now please pay attention what you're going to get. The person who hears these great 8 prayers, glorifying Lord Shiva with loving feelings, So you have to bring your loving feeling. I cannot do that for you, or nobody can do for you. Even Shiva cannot do for you. You have to bring your own feeling. And with great attention, that is also we need two things. Can quickly gain the love of Lord Sri Hari. Wow. As well as transcendental knowledge, the application of the knowledge, and unparalleled endless opulences. So we are going to recite together. You can offer some flower to the lotus feet of Lord Shiva. Now I'm going to give you a clue. You are not offering Lord Shiva of this world or middle world. You are offering to the lotus feet of Lord Shiva, who is origin, Krishna himself expanded, Vishnu Tattva Shiva. There's three Shiva conception. We can discuss that later. But we are offering to the lotus feet of Gopeshwar Mahadev or Sadasiva, Advaita Acharya, they are Vishnu Tattva Shiva. So Gopeshwar Mahadev, you can just meditate on it while we are singing, and then you offer the flowers. He loves Dhotra Fool flower. Dhotra Fool is a white color, not necessarily the best flower, but you can offer the best flower also. Namo namaste tridashervaraya bhuta dinathaya mridaya nittam ganga tarango thita balachandra duraya gauri nayanotsavaya Sutapta chami karatandra nila padma prabhalam buddhakanti bastre sanitarangestta bara pradaya kaivalanathaya vrishadvajaya sudhang susurigagni bilochanena Om Vedate Jagata Sivaya Sahasra Subrangshu Sahasra Rashmi Sahasra Sanjit Tarate Jisustu Nage Suratna Jalavigrahaya Saru Dalacha Charma Koshu Sukadibate Jase Sahasra Pratro Parisanstitaya Varangadamukta Bhujadayaya Sunar Punaranjita Pada Padma Skarat Sudhavrita Sukha Pradaya Vichitra Ratnangu Vibhusitaya Premanam evadharo videhi Sri Rama Govinda Mukunda Sore Sri Krishna Narayana Vasudeva Iti Adi Namamrita Panamatta Bringadhipaya Khila Dukha Sri Naradaya De Satatam Sogoppa Jigna Sitaya Subara Pradayam Tebho Harer Bhakti Sukha Pradaya Shivaya Sarva Gurube Namaha Sri Gauri Netra Utsava Mangalaya Tat Prananathaya Rasa Pradaya Sada Samutkantha Govinda Leela Gana Pravinat Namaste Tubham Eta Sri Shivastakam Adbhutam Mahat Srinvan Hari Prema Lavetu Shigram Genancha Vignanam Apurva Vaibhavam Jo Bhava Purna Paramam Samadaram Iti Sri Shivastakam Sampurna. Thank you, Prabhus and mothers, for reciting these beautiful prayers. I want everybody to fold their hand and repeat after me a verse that proven, even our Gurukul has proven, if maybe none of you have any bad attitude or some bad quality still lingering in the consciousness, I do. I have many bad quality. I am even scared to open it because then it will fill up the whole class. So, but these verses literally remove by the mercy of Lord Shiva, who is a dear devotee of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So please repeat after me. This is from Bhakti Ratnakar 5.3741. Srimad Gopishwaram Bande
Srimad Gopishwaram Vande
Sankaram Karunamayam
Shankaram
Shankaram Karunamaya
Karunamayam
Sarva Klesa Haram Devam
Sarvaklesha
Sarvakleshaharam Devam
Devam
Brindaranarati Pradam.
Vrindavaranya
Vrindavan
Pradam.
Thank you. I offer my respectful obeisances to Gopeshwar, who is Lord Shiva himself. He is very merciful, removes all troubles, and grants spiritual love in Vrindavan. Hari Bol, I need it desperately. Okay. With your permission, we are going to recite the Mangalacharan together and offer flower to your Gurudev and Prabhupada, and we'll proceed towards all the way to Sri Sri Radha Shyama and you will also find Lord Shiva there. Om Ajnanati Mirandasa Jnananjana Salakaya Chakshurunmilitam Jena Tasmai Sri Guruve Namah. Sri Chaitanya Manovistam Stapitam Jena Bhutale Tayam Rupa Kadam Hayam Tadati Shapadantikam Andeham Sri Guru Sri Jutapada Kamalam Sri Gurun Vaishnavangscha Sri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatanitam Tam Sajivam Sadaitam Sabadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Sri Vishakha Nitam Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamini Tinamine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Sunnavadi Paschata Deshatarine Pancha Kalpa Taruvescha Kripa Sindhu Vacha Patitanam Pavunibho Vaishnavibho Namo Namo Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Thank you. Mother Palika Pabani Devi Dasi, I hope you have all the list of the chanter,
Yes, Prabhu.
reciter.
Yes,
Okay.
Prabhu.
So we are going to go all the way to 33, one by one by one,
All the way.
beginning from 20 to 33, as
Okay.
long you are behind, who is next. So we can start from there.
Okay, Prabhu. Now only 5 volunteers I got till now. I'll be checking on the chat and I'll be allotted.
Okay. Just to let you know that those who are interested to read, you can contact Mother Palika Pavani Devi Dasi. I don't know who she is, but she is very wonderful mother. She's willing to help and support, and I appreciate that. Oh, thank you, Mother. Now we see at least how she looks like. Looks like a beautiful mother. Thank you. So when we fall into illusion, we make wrong choice. Srila Prabhupada was asked, if our purpose is to serve Krishna, why is Maya so strong? Anybody ever heard that discussion, Prabhupada's? It's a beautiful discussion. You can hear that tape. So Prabhupada replied, because your purpose is not strong. So do not ever think Maya is strong. It is you who has to be strong in your desire to serve the Lord. And Prabhupada, I love the way Prabhupada said, because your purpose is not strong. Maya does not force us. We choose to make wrong choice, Prabhupada says. When Arjuna asked in 336, 330 to 343, all the way, those verses, it's a compulsory verse if you want to know why you are attracted to material world. Arjuna asked, where is lust situated? Separately enjoyment spirit. Krishna replied, it is our own senses and intelligence and mind. There is a source of lust and trigger for lust, just like a gun with a trigger. There are so many objects that captivate us in this material world, isn't? They are external triggers only. Lust originates in our own self. Cannot blame external object for succumbing. It is important that we recognize our temptation and keep a safe distance. This is the purpose of Bhagavad-gita reading. So you can remain a safe distance. We cannot blame anyone else. The tempting desires are within us and we make those choices. And now you will see how Arjuna is changing from negativity to positivity when we end with 33. Okay, Mother, go ahead, please.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Text 20. Dyavya prithivyor idam antaram hi vyaptam tyavtvaya kena dishascha sarva drishtva bhutam rupam ukram tavidam lokatrayam pravyatiyam mahatman. All translation. Although you are one, you spread throughout the sky and the planets and all space between. O Great One, seeing this wondrous and terrible form, all the planetary systems are perturbed. The space between heaven and earth, and Lokatrayam, the three worlds, are significant words in this verse because it appears that not only did Arjuna see this universal form of the Lord, but others in other planetary systems saw it also. Arjuna's seeing of the universal form was not a dream. All whom the Lord endowed with divine vision saw that universal form on the battlefield. Thank you, Hare Krishna.
Next.
Gautam Prabhu,
Yes, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
it's your turn. Next is Deepti Mataji.
She's just coming for the timing. Other devotee can read.
Okay, okay, Prabhu.
Text number 21. Ami hitvam sur sangha vishanti kechit bhita prajalya gananti swasti iti uktva maharishi siddha sangha stuvanti tvam stuti bhi pushkalabhi. Translated and purported by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. All the host of demigods are surrendering before you and entering into you. Some of them, very much afraid, are offering prayers with folded hands. Hosts of great sages and perfected beings, crying, all peace, are praying to you by singing the Vedic hymns. Purport. The demigods in all the planetary systems fear the terrific manifestation of the universal form and its glaring effulgence and so prayed for protection. Hare Krishna.
Next.
Satyadevata Prabhu.
Okay, you said 23 and 24, I thought. 22, right? We need to read now.
23 Prabhu.
23.
22. 23, yes.
23. Rupam mahatte bahuvaktra netram mahabaho bahu bahurupadam bahudaram bahudamstra karalam društva loka.
It is 22, Prabhuji.
Sorry, 22. Sorry. Rudraditya vasavo echa sandhya vishvesvinanu marutas chosmapascha Gandharva yakshasura siddha sangha vikshante tvam vishmitas chaiva sarve. All the various manifestations of Lord Shiva, the Adityas, the Vasus, the Sadhyas, the Vishwadevas, and the two Ashvis, the Maruts, the forefathers, the Gandharvas, the Yakshas, the Ashuras, and the perfected demigods are beholding you in wonder.
Next.
I continue? Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Rupam mahatte bahuvaktra netram mahabaho bahubahurupadam bahudaram bahudramshta karalam društva loka pravyatitas tataham. O mighty armed one, all the planets with their demigods are disturbed at seeing your great form. With its many faces, eyes, arms, thighs, legs, and bellies, and your many terrible teeth, and as they are disturbed, so am I. Hare Krishna.
Vaman Dev Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, yes. Text number 24. Nabha sprasham diptam aneka varnam vyatat manam dipta vishala netram drishtva hi tvam pravyata hitanar atma dritim na vidami samam cha Vishnu. Translation: O all-pervading Vishnu, seeing you with your many radiant colors touching the sky, your gaping mouth, and your great glowing eyes, my mind is perturbed by fear. I can no longer maintain my steadiness or equilibrium of mind. Shall I continue?
Yes, Prabhu.
Text number 25. Damstra Karalani cha te Mukhani Tishtvaiva Kalanala Sanibani Disho na jane na labe cha sharma Prasida devesha jagan nivasha. Translation. O Lord of Lords, O refuge of the worlds, please be gracious to me. I cannot keep my balance, seeing thus your blazing, death-like faces and awful teeth. In all directions I'm bewildered.
Can I read, Palika Mataji? अमी च त्वां धृतराष्ट्रस्य पुत्राः सर्वे सहैवावनिपालसङ्घै भीष्मो द्रोणः सूतपुत्रस्तथासौ सहास्मदीयैरपि योधमुख्यैः वक्त्राणि ते त्वरमाणा विशन्ति दंष्ट्राकरालानि भयानकानि केचिद्विलग्ना दशनान्तरेषु सन्दृश्यन्ते चूर्णितैरुत्तमाङ्गैः. All the sons of Dhritarashtra, along with their allied kings, and Bhishma, Drona, Karna, and our chief soldiers also, are rushing into your fearful mouths. And some I see trapped with heads smashed between your teeth. Purport. In a previous verse, the Lord promised to show Arjun things he would be very interested in seeing. Now Arjun sees that the leaders of the opposite party, Bhishma, Drona, Karna, and all the sons of Dhritarashtra and their soldiers and Arjun's own soldiers are all being annihilated. This is an indication that after the death of nearly all the persons assembled at Kurukshetra, Arjun will emerge victorious. It is also mentioned here that Bhishma, who is supposed to be unconquerable, will also be smashed. So also Karna. Not only will the great warriors of the other party, like Bhishma, be smashed, but some of the great warriors of Arjun's side also.
Very good. I hope everybody is paying attention. I'm going to ask question about it, what we are going through. So you have to pay attention that what you heard. This is very important.
Prabhuji, can I ask a question here or should we wait?
We can wait because this is like a gradually progressing to 33. We'll stop there.
Okay.
And then we'll reconcile. Thank you. Next.
Hare Krishna. Text 28. Yatha nadinam bahavombuvegaha samudrameva bimukha dravanti tatha tavami naralokavira vishanti vaktranya bivijwalanti. Translation. As the many waves of the rivers flow into the ocean, so do all these great warriors enter into your blazing mouths. Text 29. Yatha pradiptam jwalanam patanga vishanti nashaya samriddha vegaha tathaiva nashaya vishanti lokas tavapi vaktrani samriddha vegaha. Translation. I see all people rushing full speed into your mouths as moths dash to destruction in a blazing fire.
Next.
Nirguna Prabhu.
Yes.
Prabhu, are you there?
Yes, 30, yes?
Yeah, 30 and 31.
Right. 30, okay. Leli asegra samana samanta lokan samagran vadane jvalad bi tejo birapuya jagad samagram basastavogra pratapanti Vishnu. Oh Vishnu, I see you're devouring all people from all sides with your flaming mouths, covering all the universe with your effulgence. You are manifest with terrible scorching rays.
31 also, Prabhu.
Me? Okay. Akhyani meko bhavanu garupo vavara prasida vigyatum ichami bhavantam madhyam nahi prajanam tava pravrita nahi prajanami tava pravriti. O Lord of Lords, so fierce of form, please tell me who you are. I offer my obeisance unto you. Please be gracious to me. You are the primal Lord. I want to know about you, for I do not know what your mission is.
Text 32. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha Kalosmi Lokaksha Krita Prabhuddho Lokan Samahirtu Miha Pravitta Rite Pitwana Bhavishyanti Sarve Ye Vistha Prayatnikeshu Yodha. The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, Time I am, the great destroyer of the worlds, and I have come here to destroy all people. With the exception of you, the Pandavas, all the soldiers here on both sides will be slain. Should I continue? Purport.
Yes.
Although Arjuna knew that Krishna was his friend and the Supreme Personality of Godhead, he was puzzled by the various forms of exhibited by Krishna. Therefore, he asked further about the actual vision of his devastating force. It is written in the Vedas that the supreme truth destroys everything, even the Brahmanas, as stated in the Katha Upanishad 1.2.25. Yasya Brahma cha Kshatram cha Ubhe Bhavata Odhana Mrityur Yasyo Pasche Namam Ka Ita Veda Yatra Sa. Should I continue? Eventually, all the Brahmanas, Kshatriyas, and everyone else are devoured like a meal by the Supreme. This form of the Supreme Lord is the all-devouring giant, and here Krishna presents himself in the form of all-devouring time. Except for a few Pandavas, everyone who was present on that battlefield would be devoured by him. Arjuna was not in favor of the fight, and he thought it was better not to fight. Then there would be no frustration. In reply, the Lord is saying that even if he did not fight, every one of them would be destroyed, for that was his plan. If Arjuna stopped fighting, they would die in another way. That could not be checked, even if he did not fight. In fact, they were all already dead. Time is destruction, and all manifestations are to be vanquished by the desire of the Supreme Lord. That is the law of nature.
Can you go a little slow and read the last two sentences again? Everybody has to remember this, but little slower. You're doing good, Mata. Don't take it wrong way, please. But just little slower. Thank you.
Death could not be checked, even if he did not fight. In fact, they were already dead. Time is destruction, and all the manifestations are to be vanquished by the desire of the Supreme Lord. That is the law of nature. Hare Krishna.
The line that it says, if Arjuna stopped fighting.
If Arjuna stopped fighting, they would die in another way. Death could not be checked, even if he did not fight. In fact, they were already dead. Time is destruction, and all manifestations are to be vanquished by the desire of the Supreme Lord. That is the law of nature.
Very good. Thank you. Next.
Text 33. Tasmat tvamuttishta yasho labhasva jitva shatrun bhungshvarajyam samriddham mayevete nihata purvameva nimitta matram bhavasa vyasachin. Translation.
One second, Prabhu. I want everybody, if you can, memorize this verse. I chew that verse also. It's very tasty. Just like a child tastes the candy, this verse, this 133, whole life, even till your death, you may apply this verse in your life. Okay, Prabhu, go ahead. Sorry.
Translation. Therefore, get up, prepare to fight and win glory. Conquer your enemies and enjoy a flourishing kingdom. They are already put to death by my arrangement, and you, O Savyasachi, can be but an instrument in the fight. Purport. Savyasachin refers to one who can shoot arrows very expertly in the field. Thus, Arjuna is addressed as an expert warrior capable of delivering arrows to kill his enemies. Just become an instrument. Nimitta mantram. Nimitta matram. This word is also very significant. The whole world is moving according to the plan of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Foolish persons who do not have sufficient knowledge think that nature is moving without a plan, and all manifestations are but accidental formations. There are many so-called scientists who suggest that perhaps it was like this, or maybe like that. But there is no question of perhaps and maybe. There is a specific plan being carried out in this material world. What is this plan? This cosmic manifestation is a chance for the conditioned souls to go back to Godhead, back to home, as long as they have the domineering mentality which makes them try to lord it over material nature. They are conditioned, but anyone who can understand the plan of the Supreme Lord and cultivate Krishna consciousness is most intelligent. The creation and destruction of the cosmic manifestation are under the superior guidance of God. Thus, the battle of Kurukshetra was fought according to the plan of God. Arjuna was refusing to fight, but he was told that he should fight in accordance with the desire of the Supreme Lord. Then he would be happy. If one is in full Krishna consciousness and his life is devoted to the Lord's transcendental service, he is perfect.
Very good. This is wonderful. Can you relate to your life this verse? Please, I beg all of you, relate this verse to your present life, wherever you are, whatever level of consciousness you are. If you can relate this verse to your life, you will never complain from today. I'm not saying you complain, maybe you never complain. But even if you ever think of complaining, or in other words, mind cannot influence you anymore. As soon as I think of that verse, I immediately sorry, think very significant. Who has the result? I want somebody to help me. Who has the result of the battlefield of Kurukshetra? What will be the end result? Whether somebody will be dead, somebody will be alive, maybe nobody will die, or maybe everybody will be dead, or except the Pandavas. Who has the result? Somebody please answer.
Krishna.
Nobody except Krishna.
Krishna has the result.
Very good. Nobody except Krishna. Very good. Both of you are right. So Krishna has the result. Who has the result of your present going to future devotional path to be successful? Who has the result?
Lord Krishna.
Very good. Kaiballa Prabhu, this is very good. Krishna has the result. So Krishna has the result. What will be outcome of the battlefield? What is the need of Arjuna then? Someone answer me, please.
Instrument. To become the instrument. So that.
What do you mean instrument? Little more.
Yeah, so that Krishna will make Arjuna is the instrument, so that others will follow, because he is the Kshatriya and he is the from the king. So others follow the kings. So that's what Arjuna to become the instrument, and he is the pure devotee as well. So all should follow what Arjuna did.
That's good answer, but I need little more. You know, like an ice cream. When you make a cake, you put little icing on top. It's not necessary, but icing makes the cake taste better. I need little icing.
Krishna wants to give the glory to his devotees.
That is also very good. Yeah, you're putting a cherry on top of the cake. That's also very nice.
Prabhuji,
Little more.
Krishna has a plan. And if we work according to his plan, then we become instruments. So in this case of Kurukshetra battle, Krishna, this was a Dharma Yuddha. Krishna was personally orchestrating the battle. He had already killed all the demoniac people. That's what he told Arjun. So you just have to become an instrument. They're already killed. You just become my instrument and you act. So acting according to Krishna's plan, that is becoming Krishna's instrument.
You all are genius. That's also very good. Anybody else has anything else?
He has to perform his duty. That's what Krishna has been telling throughout, that you have to perform your duty.
That is true. Something more. Let me give you little tips. Sorry?
Sorry, so just becoming instrument means like without affected by the dualities and whatever it is. So just accepting whatever it's the plan by Krishna and act accordingly.
I'm serious. You all are genius. You are
Prabhuji.
bringing a very little nice fine point. It's like a ripened cherry fruit, like a little different kind of things on the eyes. I mean, on the cake. It's wonderful. Yes,
Prabhuji.
someone else wanted.
Prabhuji, yeah, Krishna wanted to give credit to the Arjuna. So that's what, Krishna did everything, but he wanted to give credit to the Arjuna.
Very true. Very true. Very good. Everything is perfect, but it's all 99 plus. We have to make it 100. You may say, what else can be there? Maybe, I don't know. We'll see.
To give us Bhagavad-gita.
You wanted to speak Bhagavad-gita. Oh, that's true also.
Prabhu, is it that Lord wanted to show that by...
Sorry?
Is it that Lord wanted to show that if we motivate somebody, if we give knowledge, and I'm just not able to put it in words.
Okay, while you're thinking, I'm going to say something. Why am I hearing my own echo? Can you all mute, please? Okay. Some people think, this is a reality, I checked. Some people really think that Krishna spoke the Bhagavad-gita to pursue Arjuna to fight for establishing dharma. However, this sloka reveals that opponents of dharma were already neutralized by Krishna's arrangement. We just read today, right? Prabhupada, beautiful purport he gave. Arjuna just had to become an instrument in that arrangement. That is also true. Everybody, you all already knew it and you all expressed. Arjuna just had to become an instrument in that arrangement. It's true. If Krishna had beforehand to secure the result, why did he speak the Bhagavad-gita to Arjuna? Think for a moment. Because he wanted to instruct Arjuna, and through Arjuna, all of us, about the art of working in devotional consciousness. Now, Bhagavad-gita actually, this verse explains that the result of our work are not solely in our own hands. And that also we all agree, right? Everybody understanding that point? We maybe keep on chanting, going Mangalarti, but the result of that, our sadhana, is not solely in our hand. This is very nice. I love it actually, that Krishna and me together we are working. Each of us should think, how are you working? Together with Krishna. They are shaped by factors beyond our control. Factors that are ultimately under Krishna's control. This is a beautiful verse, actually. More I think about this verse. So when he desires a particular result, he can arrange for it by his omnipotence. He doesn't need us for that. Try to grasp that. But we need to connect with him if we are to realize our longing for lasting love and joy as his eternal parts. We can connect with him by working in a mood of loving service to him and offering him our consciousness through our endeavor on his behalf. Moreover, focusing on endeavors instead of results also provides us mental stability. If we are too attached to the result, then failing to get it will make us depressed. Do you agree? Yes. We are expecting something, we don't get it, we get depressed. Krishna says this. Varan Brinita Rajarse Sarvan Kaman Dadamite in 51 chapter 10 canto. Mam Prashanna Jana Kaschit Na Arhati Sochitam. He said, if you can please me, these three things will disappear from you. You will never lament for past, you will never be in illusion at present, and never fear for future. It's so sweet, you know, it's a love talk. So if we are too attached to the result, then failing to get it will make us depressed. Getting it may make us elated. It's true. When we get our success, you know, we feel joyful, dancing, or telling everybody over the phone, you know, I did this and I got it, yeah, I got it. And I want that devotee to tell others, or maybe the whole circle of my world should be known that I am victorious, something like that. But only temporarily, because everything material is temporary. And overall, craving for the result will keep us agitated. Instead, if we understand that Krishna wants us more than the result, then we will strive diligently to offer him the result to express our devotion. And even if the result does not work out, still our endeavor itself will please him. A good example, I always remember Prabhupada explained about Jatayu's death. Did Jatayu materially be successful? No. Ravana actually chopped his wing. So materially he was not successful. But spiritually, did he make success 100%? This is the key. It is not the success or failure. It is our, as Ramshem Prabhu says, Mother Aditi Lata says, you all said it, that Krishna wants us to become instrument. But there is a little key point that even if the result does not work out, still our endeavor itself will please him. He will reciprocate by revealing his all attractiveness, and thereby increasing our attraction for him. The resulting divine absorption will provide us security and satisfaction in both failure and success. If you look at Arjuna's life, during the battle, do you know that he was angry, he was rebellious, he was uncontrollable sometimes? So what instrument did he become? What is that Krishna wants us? We should do our sadhana, but Krishna also wants us to experience his involvement to taking me out of this material world. He wants you to experience. Krishna also wants to experience. Then when you calling out, when you are in trouble. Other day I mentioned about the Jayadratha. You remember? Now Arjuna should have remembered that Jayadratha is one of the dead body in that blazing mouth of Krishna's universal form, right? But then why did he take this vow? By tomorrow, I'm going to kill Jayadratha before sunset, or I will enter into the fire. Oh, maybe none of the Zoom people was there to tell Arjuna, hey, why are you taking vow? You don't need to. They're already dead. Jayadratha is dead. You think that was the missing point or what? Can somebody, do you get it what I'm trying to say? Krishna wants Arjuna to experience. Krishna wants to be part of him. When Bhishma Dev is about to kill Arjuna, did Arjuna see how much Krishna loves him? That he got down, he got so angry with Bhishma, he was ready to kill Bhishma because of Arjuna. Arjuna was like, wow, how much love he has for me. Krishna wants each of us to experience that actually Krishna do care for each of you. Krishna wants each of us to experience in our life before we depart that Krishna actually cares for us. Krishna has a protection for you. Krishna has an affection for you. This is what Krishna wants. So sadhana, instrument is good, but not enough. Krishna wants us to have that emotional experience. And Krishna wants you to have a dialogue with him right now in your journey. Just like Arjuna said, when Krishna says, how can you take such a severe vow? I mean, Jayadratha cannot be killed easily unless his father threw the head. Today Shivaratri, Shiva gave the blessing, right? Shiva gives two types of blessing. Nishkapata and Shakapata. Means if you are, I should not say that. If some cheater comes to Shiva to get blessing, Shiva is the expert of cheating the cheater. Shiva is the expert for cheating all those cheaters. Just like Kamsa. Kamsa was such a powerful man. When Shiva appeared in front of him, Bhuteshwar, there is a 4 Shiva temple in Mathura. And Bhuteshwar, he appeared. So what do you want, Kamsa? You are so powerful, you already got enough. He said, I want one blessing that nobody can kill me. Lord Shiva was thinking, this is a serious vow, nobody can kill him. So he said, okay, how about your little nephew? Well, he didn't have a nephew that time. He said, nephew, no problem. Nephew is like a little boy, child. Well, guess what? Krishna came as a nephew. So this, when Shiva gives blessing, he has a little loophole. So here we find that Jayadratha also got the blessing. But what Krishna enjoyed the most, when Arjuna told him, you know, I am helpless. I don't have power. I'm just a little insignificant. But you are the Supreme Lord. You are the supreme powerful person. Together, we can win this game. Krishna really loved it. Krishna really loved Arjuna when he said that together, Krishna wants each of us to progress, to get him to awaken our love. Where is the love? Love for Krishna is where? Can somebody answer? Where is the pure love for Krishna?
in us, Prabhuji, in the jiva, in the soul.
In our own heart.
Yes.
And everybody should remember that verse, otherwise you will be challenged when you go to some other sampradaya, other Vaishnava society. They sometimes test you because they have a doubt. But Prabhupada is the one and Bhaktivinoda Thakur is the one who literally, I would say, hammered so heavily that till today, nobody has a audacity. And there are few verses. One verse is Nitta Siddha Krishna Prem. I'm sure you heard this because Prabhupada randomly speak that. Nitta Siddha Krishna Prem Saddha Kabu Noy Savanadi Suddha Chitte Karay Uday. Another verse is Kriti Saddha Bhavet Saddha Bhava Sa Sadhana Vida Nitta Siddhasya Bhavasya Prakatam Riti Saddhata. These are not Prabhupada's verse or Bhaktivinoda Thakur verse. These are Rupa Goswami Pad's verse. Nobody can challenge. They have to accept. But when you speak like this, then they don't want to talk to you. But if you don't know, then they want to brainwash you and bring to their group, something like that. So Arjuna experienced this emotional affection, care, protection from Krishna in this war. This is what Krishna wants him. And Krishna also enjoyed. As I mentioned, then when Ashwatthama wanted to kill Krishna out of anger, Dronacharya got killed. I mean, he died, hearing that his son died, but actually it was a false. The whole thing made up by Krishna. When Ashwatthama got so angry, he started to shooting at Krishna with thousands of arrows. What did Arjuna do? He jumped right in front of Krishna. He told Ashwatthama, you cannot touch Krishna's body without only on the dead body of Arjuna. That made Krishna cry. That made Krishna so deeply emotionally tied. Wow, Arjuna has that much love. Everybody understanding what Krishna wants? Krishna wants to experience this journey is also part of his life. Krishna wants you to invite him in your sadhana life so that you go through tough time. Krishna also supplies that, removing the tough time, and in a joyful time, Krishna wants that reciprocation with Arjuna. This is what Krishna wants, that taste that you are succeeding. Bilamangal Thakur proved it. That's why Prabhupada quoted him many times of Bilamangal Thakur's, the famous verse, Mukti Swayam Mukalita Anjali, Sevate Asman. If you look at the first line, that Bhakti Stai Stiratara Bhagavan Jodishit Daivena No Falati Dibba Kishoro Murti. I'm very bewildered. Who are you? Why I'm falling in love with you? You are telling me Krishna's pastime. I'm supposed to be in love with Krishna, but I cannot live without you. Who are you? Now my eyes are blind, I cannot see you. You must be Krishna. Otherwise, why I'm attracted so much to you? Krishna disappears. Krishna wants that experience in your heart struggle time, you are calling him. Of course, in your maturity, all these things will be over, but you'll remember how Krishna came, Krishna helped you. You could not finish your 16 rounds or 64 rounds, whatever rounds you're chanting. You could not finish, but Krishna came and gave encouragement, and you will be crying, and Krishna will be thinking, okay, I am part of that Mataji, I'm part of that Prabhuji's life. Now we are going in the same speed journey, and ultimately when you arrive in Golak Vrindavan, Krishna will welcome you with a big party and will remind you everything you went through. And you'll be crying, Krishna will be crying, and all the problem, misery over. It will be joyful. So, welcome to that battlefield. Arjuna had his battlefield, you are coming to your battlefield. Everybody understood the point? What is the point of Krishna's discussion? Somebody give me some reflection, please.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yes.
So you said the purpose why Krishna wanted Arjuna to fight is so that Arjuna can experience Krishna's affection, because only when Arjuna would participate in the battle, he will face situations, circumstances where he will see how much Krishna loved Arjun, how much he cared for him, how he protects him, how much Krishna cares and loves for his devotee. And Krishna wants Arjun and each one of us to experience this love. So that's the reason why Krishna wanted him to fight. And it is not so much about the result, whether you succeed or not. The endeavor itself is very satisfying to Krishna. That endeavor will evoke our or reawaken our attraction for Krishna.
Very good. Very good. Very nice. You all got it. Wonderful. Thank you. This is beautiful. If anybody would like to add to it, or you want to rephrase your own way, you can, because this is the key point in our life right now. Invite Krishna in your day-to-day life, whatever you're going through. If you feel happy, say, Krishna, I'm so happy. I wish you were there so I could talk like a person. I know you are there, but I can't see. Talk to him like this. Maybe you will jump off the altar one day. Who knows? Krishna can do anything. It depends on you, not up to Krishna. Okay, if no one, then Satyadevata Prabhu, you had a question.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Yes, Ram Sham Prabhu.
So Prabhuji, like we are doing all the devotional services. We are following kind of ninefold devotional services: Saunam Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaranam, Padasevanam, Archanam, Dasanam, Sakyamat Nivedanam. So whatever in these Nauda Bhakti and the stages we are following for that, those Radha Tatha Sadhu Sangha. So in that, how to practically experience, making Arjuna as the instrument there, so that now how whatever in the battlefield Arjuna was experiencing, how we can experiencing the affection with Krishna. So how now we can experience that love for Krishna in our devotional service, that practically we can experience the same and similar by doing our devotional services day-to-day basis.
Very good. You got good idea. Very good. Thank you. Practically you can see so many ISKCON leaders, they are doing it. Why not you all? You all are leader. Prabhupada said we all are leader to deliver ourselves, to progress. Other can inspire, but other cannot force you to go progress in bhakti. It is you. You are your own boss to proceed there. I remember Sachinandan Maharaj, when he was visiting us here many years back, he said there was a time his life was on threat. He got some deadly disease. He may die. So he went to the deity and he spent time and talk and talk and talk. And he also cried. He said, I'm going to give my completely in this preaching mission of Prabhupada. Please, my Lord, allow me to serve. I don't want to just leave this world until I finish satisfactory preaching. That deadly disease disappeared, and he's vigorously preaching. You can see why. Krishna wants that reciprocation. I'm not saying you should get disease. Please don't misunderstand that. Whatever challenges you have, even don't feel like to get up in the morning. Talk to Krishna. Anything, Krishna is eager, waiting for you to call him. This is what Krishna loves. He wants to be your eternal partner, eternal bosom friend, eternal buddy that you cannot live without. Please, I'm begging you all. I'm also trying this. And it works, believe me. It works miraculously. Krishna will be happy. I'm sure he's happy just to hear that. Okay, then Satyadevata Prabhu, you had a question, Prabhu. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to ignore you.
No, Prabhu. I mean, after this wonderful explanation, my questions are very small and silly. Prabhu, I mean, here there is one statement which talks about, I know it's a very basic question, Prabhu, I'm asking. Sorry for that. Krishna is saying everything is moving according to a plan, according to his plan. Then sometimes I get a doubt that what is our role and what is our actions and the results and kind of thing. If everything is happening as per Krishna's will, Sarvakarana Karanam, today whatever we are doing, are we doing still as per the Krishna's plan? Are we still going as per our plan? I sometimes get confused on this fundamental question, Prabhu. I'm sorry for asking this at this time.
No, this is a very valid question, very wonderful question. This is a wonderful question. If we label Krishna, he is the only doer, then someone will say, well, there's so many murder, rape, COVID-19, all these things coming. So Krishna is doing all this. We are painting Krishna as an evil guy, evil god or devil person, something like that. Everything is not happening because Krishna is doing it. Krishna sanction, you can say, but Krishna is not doing it. Those evil-minded souls want to hurt the world or harm whoever they want, and they contemplate, and they cannot get it on their own, so Krishna has to sanction. They are responsible for that. Krishna is not responsible. Neither Krishna is doing everything. Krishna is just fulfilling. I think yesterday we discussed when, or maybe day before yesterday, the Prabhupada said in his morning walk, when the devotee says, Ishvara sarva bhutanam riddesha arjuna tishtati brahmayan sarva bhutani jantrurani mayaya. So Krishna is placing every soul in this machine and taking that soul up and down in different species body. Why not Krishna just direct them towards him? And what was the Prabhupada reply? Krishna is not directing them according to Krishna's desire. Krishna is directing them according to conditioned soul's desire. So then one devotee, very intelligent devotee, he says, that means we have to desire to serve him. Prabhupada said, yes. If we desire to serve him, then Krishna will arrange you to serve him and come back. But if you don't want to serve him, Krishna will never like force you or pressure you or make you miserable. It's a free will exercise. In this case, we see God's destruction is not cruelty, because God destroyed temporary to make a way for eternal. As long as our heart are in temporary things, we stay in the cycle of birth and death. So through destruction, we are shown how everything in this world is perishable. So we should not keep our affection and attachment in this world for long. We should redirect our affection, attachment towards Krishna. This is what Krishna wants. And as we go, you will see that how it is very clearly explained. Also, let's look at in the 11, 28, 29, we I think overlooked. Oh, sorry, that's not.
Prabhu, you are saying that it's not our desire. Sorry, it is Krishna's sanction of our desire, which is executing the actions.
Correct.
Because I read somewhere which says you can't, without the permission of Krishna, even a blade of grass do not mow. So that's where I was a little puzzled of this.
That is true. That is true. Are you familiar with Prabhupada's example of his son wanted to touch the fan? You ever heard that story?
No,
That
Prabhupada.
his wife, okay, I'll tell you in a short. His wife did not like this idea because fan is running, and if you touch, you put your finger, he will get hurt. Maybe finger may come off. We don't know. So he's crying and crying and crying and crying, and she is also a good mother, loving mother, doesn't want the child to cry, but he's already suffering. He's suffering because he wants to do this mischievous activity. He cannot see that outcome is bad. But his loving mother can see it, so she stopped. No, you cannot touch. In the meantime, Prabhupada came back from his work, and he saw the child is crying and she's not allowing. So he said, okay, come here. You want to touch the fan? So what he did, he unplugged the fan. His son did not notice, but the fan is still going in a good speed. So then the child finger, Prabhupada, put it inside the fan, and he got hurt, and he started crying again. Oh, it hurts, it hurts. Then Prabhupada said, will you touch again? No, I don't want to ever touch this. Okay, sometimes soul is so stubborn. To get a lesson, they need to go through some suffering. So this is not planned for Krishna, but Krishna sanctioned, like Prabhupada sanctioned the child to touch the fan. But purpose is not for son to get hurt. But he is so stubborn, he doesn't understand either that touching the fan will hurt him. So Prabhupada had to create this scenery. So Krishna, as a loving father, he creates a scenery like this. Looks like people are going through suffering. People are going through suffering because they're so stubborn. They don't want to take Krishna consciousness easy way. So Krishna is, okay, he allows them to go through whatever they have to go through in order to get back. The whole system in the material world is just for that purpose. At the end of the journey, each soul has to say, I'm tired. Enough is enough. I want a life, a joyful life. That turning point, Krishna is waiting. When that soul will have this turning point? I'm tired of misuse my free will. I don't want anymore. Those who are suffering, they think they can still beat this world. They will never be able to. It's illusion.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, just as an extension to that, I just was thinking that it's such a complex job for Krishna, which is really beyond our comprehension, that how to balance the karmas of different people, at the same time give them free will, and he's still wanting them to come back to him. But at the same time, he has to give them their free will and still balance their karmas, each one of the soul's karmas, so that, they also get balanced. So it's such a complex job. It's so difficult to imagine how Krishna would do that.
Can you talk to Krishna? For that, he will appreciate that you are. I hope I'm sure he's listening, everything. Because in 7th chapter, Krishna says, Sabdakhe Purusham Nishu. Sabdakhe means I am that sound in this, whatever discussion he hears. But when you see the deity, you can talk to him. So I'm really feeling sorry, Krishna, you go through so tough time. You'll be surprised how he will really reciprocate with you, thinking that you are so kind, that you understand how tough his job is. Can you imagine with that idea, when you hear that people hates God, how you feel? I mean, you feel angry that they don't understand Krishna. Krishna is loving God, but when people blame, even sometime in the devotee community, I won't say loudly, they think, why Krishna is not taking care of me? Oh, I'm so important. You know, I chant nice japa, I do everything good, but I just didn't stop on the red light. I got the ticket. I don't like it. It's hard to make money and now I have to pay $182. Oh, why Krishna does this? I did a good chanting job. Oh, can't Krishna just, is it Krishna's fault that I went through the red light? Must be Krishna's fault. I went through the red light. This is how sometimes we do. And this is a true story, somebody. I won't say the name because I like that devotee also. But we think sometimes Krishna does not do a proper job for me. This is the sad part. But as you're saying, it is wonderful. If you can think like this, if you develop that kind of feeling for the Lord, that actually it is, He's so merciful, yet not everybody appreciate. Not everybody appreciate. That's why I asked you other day a question to all of you. Are you the maker of your destiny or life is predestined? You know, many times I'm sure you thought about it. And I also mentioned that we are not product of our situation. We should always be aware of that. We are product of our own decision. Whatever situation you are, it is your choice where you are. And guess what you are doing right now? You're making your future. Right at this moment, you are making your future. But when difficulty comes in our life, we sometimes feel victimized, isn't it? It's true. I went through that too. While the feeling of indignation are natural, sometimes inevitable. We need to use our intelligence to remember that those situations don't determine our consciousness. Everybody understanding that point? This is crucial. Because Krishna is looking your attitude. He's not looking how much you do, but with what attitude you have. He pays very close attention. Of course, we cannot check the kind of emotion that the situation induces, but we can check how much we indulge in those emotions. Each of us, we can do that. You know, a good example, just as a physical wounds take time to heal, isn't it? Maybe my experience is more you get older body, it takes really longer time to heal. Young body, maybe it heals quick. But they do heal in due course. So too do emotional wounds take time to heal. But they need to be allowed to heal. That's my point. Lot of lot of time we hear, oh, that devotee got hurt or that devotee got hurt, whatever. I'm not ignoring that, but are they allowing themselves to heal? I deeply ask that question. Do they know that they have to allow their wound, in emotional wound, it takes time to heal? Are they allowing to heal? If we keep dwelling on feelings of resentment and helplessness, we perpetuate, aggravate the emotional wounds, thereby hurting ourselves far more than necessary. In practical life, I saw that with some devotee. So this is we learned right here how Arjuna went through. We need to take the conscious decision to redirect our thoughts towards something higher in our life. And Krishna consciousness offers us the highest and most potent object for redirecting our thoughts. What is it? Towards Krishna, the all-attractive Supreme Person. So when we take the decision to focus on Krishna by the diligent practice of bhakti yoga, we experience inner shelter. If you are honest to yourself, you will agree with it, that you do experience inner shelter and strength by which we can become purified and elevated and ultimately liberated from our situation. whatever situation you are in. But we see sometimes that impure heart dictates, and it is not the truth. It is only Maya. It is my past birth dictation. What I did in my past birth, it is called prarabdha karma. Everybody knows that, no? This is what you go through in your devotional practice right now in your life. Sometimes you may think like, gosh, why can't I remember those verses? Why can't I remember everything I heard? We wonder sometimes. I wonder too. But prarabdha karma, we have to be aware the whole science of bhakti yoga. This prarabdha karma will dictate me how long. Anybody knows how long? Everybody understand what prarabdha karma is? What you are born with. Ram Shem Prabhu, if you have a $3,000 in the bank, can you withdraw 3,100?
No, Prabhuji.
No. Prarabdha karma means you have 3,000. I'm just giving an example, not without. That whatever you are born with, there is a beautiful verse Mahaprabhu told to his mother when she was crying. Of course, they are transcendental, but still he established a truth. Prabhu kohe sukho teji suno mora mata, nirbandha naguchen likhan vidhata. He said, mother, everybody is born with a particular amount of experience, happiness and suffering. Nobody can change it because it's written by Brahmaji, Vidhata. Mahaprabhu told this to his mother. And of course, that's not applicable to their life, but still Mahaprabhu gave this beautiful philosophy, 7 sloka about karma, that how it works. In Chaitanya Bhagavad, you can see. So prarabdha karma means you are born with it. Now what will happen? What you are doing right now? You are Jnana Yogi. You are doing bhakti, but bhakti mixed with Jnana Yogi. You are learning about the knowledge about how everything moves in your life. So it says, Jnani Jnana Yogi Kariya Jatane Brahmara Shakshat Kare. Brahma Shakshatkar Aprarabdha Karma Sampurna Jnanete Hare. So Chaitanya Charitamrita gives the clue that all your future birth, I hope everybody understand this, is finished. You will never take, you have no more future birth. Oh, then we are done? No, not yet. Kintu prarabdha karma kobu nahi khaye phala bhoga bina kobu brahma bhuta jeev phala bhoga lagi janama marana labu. So Mahaprabhu is explaining that when you have this life, what are you going to experience in Krishna consciousness? Maybe not you all, but a lot of devotees, they do complain. I don't get enough money, I will struggle so hard. Or my husband or my wife or something is like not right. One devotee's child, she's a beautiful small girl, but she has some disease. So her father asked me, what did I do? Why I have to now whole life take care of her? I'm like stuck. So I was explaining, well, you can start complaining, but you will go nowhere. Rather, you will pollute your heart, or you can really be introspective with the philosophy and you will get advantage of this opportunity. Every challenges is an opportunity to come closer to Krishna. But choice you have to make. So there it says, prarabdha karma means what you are born with. But if you complain, you're creating one more birth. You're just running away from that, you're taking another birth. That's why devotee may have to go through 2-3 more births just to finish this prarabdha karma result. Or prarabdha finish, you have no more birth in the material world. But reaction on the prarabdha, you still have to go through. So the best thing is tolerate. with conscious choice, like why you tolerating this, not, ignorantly. So prarabdha karma will dictate me until death, according to this verse. Now you have started Harinam, you cannot get the efficacy of that Harinam unless you destroy your past births. Suppose you want to do chanting, but your past birth influence karma is there. It's influencing you. It tells you, no, what is this? This is only a waste of time. Sometimes some devotee thinks like, I don't need to chant extra rounds. Why? It's not necessary. It's just waste of time. They won't say it, but they feel like that. And even they think, I won't go anywhere. You're not getting extra benefit by chanting extra rounds. We hear it, but we don't apply it because we believe that it's not necessary. It is simply waste. Then you will think something else to rectify it. All these are dictation of the heart and the mind. Mind and heart in that sense one. For the purified soul, the heart and mind are one. For the impure soul, heart and mind are one also. Heart gets influenced by the modes and it reflects, we call mind. That's why Mahaprabhu says Cheta Darpana. I mentioned that before. He didn't say Cheta, he said Cheta Darpana, mirror of the mind. Means whatever you have in the heart, it will reflect and you'll say, oh my God, this is what, and you may get disturbed. So we are influenced by our past karma. I have not independence. I feel like sometime, or you may feel like, I am dependent on my karma. Whatever past karma is there, it will dictate me till my death. I may say I'm independent. I have the independence to think. No, you have no independence. Every human being is influenced by his past birth. Then the question may arise, what about the devotee association, Zoom Harikatha association, with all those saintly devotee around? Aren't our consciousness changing? Yes. But the past karma will never change. Try to understand this. It is very difficult. It will take time. Even Gyanis, those who are like a Brahmanistha or liberated position, they also cannot change. Then how do you change? And there is no possibility. You cannot say, but because you are doing holy name, the prarabdha karma will be destroyed. No. Prarabdha karma cannot be destroyed. But there is a one loophole, it says. Kintu henam tavaspurti hale kanti janera prarabdha parabdha kichuna hitake bedegaya baro baro. Then the line says, but the holy name, if you can sincerely chant and in reciprocal with the Lord, you can actually have the Lord gives you a little glimpse. You can destroy prarabdha karma. Otherwise, never possible. So I hope everybody got that. I don't want to talk more about that because karma itself is like a big subject.
Thank you, Prabhu. Can you just give the sloka reference possible, so to read again? Or if you could say the starting sentence again to note down and look for it once again, the sloka starting.
You can text me. I have to find where it is and then text you. It starts with Gyani Gyana Joge Kariya Jatane Brahmera Sakshat Kare. Brahma Sakshatkar Aprarabdha Karma. There is also famous verse. It's the commentary of that verse. This verse is spoken by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. You can write that verse. You'll see the commentary of Aprarabdha Phalam Papam. It's also a Prabhupada spoke. So it is also in Vedabase. Aprarabdha Phalam Papam Kutam Bijam Phalam Mukham. Krameva praliyate Vishnu bhakti ratatmana. How the prarabdha, apararabdha karma, how things. Like we are all here in the Zoom, but each of us are individually unique from others. You'll never find same personality with anyone in the out of 37 right now in the participant. You'll never see another person just like you, thinking, same feeling. No, not possible. This is individuality. Of course, you can change anything, karma, with Krishna. Just like Prabhupada was smelling the flowers on his Beshashan, and Gauridas Prabhu tells the story. He's a good friend of ours. He said, one day Prabhupada says, where is the flower? He said, there's no more flower in the trees. Prabhupada said, go and look again. And he was surprised. That's why he got like a goosebump, you know goosebump, like a hair stands and like you say. He went back to the tree and he saw the backside of the tree had filled with so many flowers. And he said, how is possible? I looked at the tree. I know Prabhupada loves this flower. I looked at it, there was no flower. All of a sudden, flower just bloomed. So he picked it up and ran back to Prabhupada while he was still on the Besasana. And Prabhupada smelled it. He said, do you know, when you offer the flower to Guru Krishna and then you take as a remnant and you smell, you expand your lifespan. And Prabhupada smelled those flowers very heavily. This is very nice. And we're supposed to. It's also in Nectar of Devotion says we're supposed to. Okay, now anyone else says, yeah, otherwise we'll keep on going. I want to touch on the 33 sloka, one for last time. Everybody please see the sloka one more time, just to see. Just another angle to look at it from Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. This verse, it says, Tasmat tam uttishtata jaso labhasya. Mother Palika Pavani, if possible, you can have some other also readers after this. Tasmat tam uttishtata jaso labhasya. Jitva satrun bhunse rajyam samriddhim. This 33 verse. Maeva ihete nihata purvam eva nimitta matra bhava sabbhasachi. So let's break it down. Let's see what happened. Bhunse. Bhunse means enjoy. That's Arjuna. Krishna is actually motivating Arjuna. Hey, you should enjoy. Normally we say devotee should not enjoy anything we are not meant to enjoy. Everything is supposed to be for Krishna. Everybody agrees that? Everything for Krishna's enjoyment? Come on, in generally we think always,
yes,
huh?
yes, absolutely,
That Krishna is the enjoyer of everyone. But look at this. Krishna says, Arjuna, you should enjoy. This is for your enjoyment, bhungsha. The word bhungsha, you look at it. Enjoy. Normally we say that everything is for Krishna's pleasure. Yes, that is true. But within service, there is enjoyment. So it is not that Krishna wants us to be deprived of all enjoyment. Actually, Krishna wanted us to stop depriving of enjoyment. Real enjoyment is in spiritual world. As long as we caught up seeking enjoyment at material level, we cannot relish enjoyment at spiritual level. This is the point. As for a devotee enjoyment within the service of the Lord, that is not material enjoyment. It is like a match fixing. It is a fixing Arjuna's consciousness and our consciousness on devotional service. In this world, whatever God wanted to do, he can do without us also. Try to understand this. Krishna doesn't need Arjuna. Let's look at another angle. If Krishna wanted to build a temple, he can build a temple without any one of us. If he wanted to spread his message, Krishna consciousness, he can spread without any of us. And even Prabhupada was, how do you say, Jasomati Nandan Prabhu, he passed away, and Achyutananda Prabhu is still alive, but both of them went to one of sannyasi I won't say the name because we respect all of them. And he said, well, Prabhupada has done so much service, spread Krishna consciousness all over the world. And that sannyasi says, if Lord Chaitanya wanted, he could have done himself. He doesn't need somebody else to come to do the job. So they came and told Prabhupada that that's what the news. They say that Lord Chaitanya could have done. Prabhupada said, go back and tell that sannyasi that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu could have done, that's true. But he left that service for me to get the credit. So I apply here how Krishna or using Arjuna, and Prabhupada said the same thing. In this world, whatever God wanted to do, he can do without any of us. So in one sense, we can say the results are fixed by Krishna. But Krishna is not concerned only for result, as I mentioned, at material level. Krishna is concerned about please remember this, Krishna is concerned about Arjuna's and our transformation at spiritual level. Arjuna did not say, okay, Krishna, you can do everything, so you only do, I will just sit and drink bang or something. You know, in Shivaratri, somebody even sent me a text. How about smoking bang is Shivaratri? Can you talk about it? Because we have a class later again. So idea is not to give license and assurance that Krishna is assuring Arjuna. There is a process and you follow the process. The result will come to you. Therefore, what you should do, nimitta matra bhava sabbhasachi, just become an instrument. Since our intelligence capacity is finite, we all agree, right? Unless false pride makes it we are big. So the result, what can come is at best mediocre. We should become instrument to Krishna's plan. Our ability is used and acknowledged in devotees' circle. It is not that things are happening by chance, everything is happening, Prabhu or mothers, as per Krishna's plan. Only our plans should be aligned to that. We talk like that. Now the challenge is how to know what is Krishna's plan. Is it? Okay, we'll align with Krishna's plan. But what is Krishna's plan? There are broad aspects of Krishna's plan. If we take care of broad aspect, specific aspect can be taken care by the Lord. When it is clear how to serve Krishna, that we should serve him. When it is not clear, that time Krishna will give guidance how to serve him. Remember this. This helps me also, Lord. When it is clear how to serve Krishna, that time we should serve him. Just like Prabhupada said, get up early morning. Can you show me one lecture Prabhupada said, get up whenever you can? He didn't say that. He said, get up early morning. So when morning comes, you should jump up from the bed. Yes, Prabhupada, I'm ready to serve you. So you don't have to know any more plan whether to get up or not get up. He already said, get up early morning. After bathe, you do the Mangalarti or chant. These are instructions, so we know. Sometimes Krishna gives us failure so that he can later give us greater victory. Sometimes devotees face problem again and again. That may be specific treatment for him from Krishna so that they take deeper shelter and by that return to him. We see that Jatayu failed, as I mentioned, because of Prabhupada. The way Prabhupada said it affected me a lot. I heard that portion 10 minutes like maybe 50, 60 times. I just love hearing the way Prabhupada narrate Jatayus. It affected me. I see that. It's wonderful. Yes, in Jatayu's case, he lost the battle against Ravana. but won the battle against who?
Lord Ram.
No.
Material life.
Yes, Maya. Against Maya. Very good, material life. So, do you need to win the battle, or you want to win the battle from Maya, with Maya? Which one? So you think, on the death of Abhimanyu, Vyasdev has consulted Yudhishthir Maharaj, who was thinking himself responsible for his death, that in this material world, how much a person elevate, he can always come down by temptation. But Abhimanyu, since he died while doing devotional service, has gone to such a place from where he cannot be pulled down. So instead of lamenting for Abhimanyu, we should be lamenting for ourselves who are still in this material world. This is a very good. And you all know, even when Arjuna was crying, Krishna came there. Krishna started crying. You don't hear like that. And Arjuna asked Krishna, I am crying because my son died. Why are you crying? Krishna says, I spoke Bhagavad-gita. We are not this body. And you heard Bhagavad-gita very well, attentively. After hearing Bhagavad-gita, you are crying. So I'm thinking that I should also cry. But of course, Krishna was making a point there. He said, I'm crying because he is also related to me. Do you know that one Indian gentleman challenged Prabhupada on this? I still have that somewhere in my phone. So this Indian gentleman says, Arjuna heard Bhagavad Gita, but why did he cry when his son died? And Prabhupada says, so what is your point? Point is, well, then what is the value of hearing Bhagavad Gita? Prabhupada said, value of hearing Bhagavad Gita is not that you become inhuman. We have an emotion for our relative and friends. So Prabhupada gave a very good, clear idea. He said, did Arjuna leave the battlefield and do not want to fight, carry on Krishna's order? Then the gentleman says, no, he continued. He said, that is what needed. In your life, if you see somebody suffering, that doesn't mean you have to be a robot. You have to go with that emotion. If relative is suffering, if somebody is sick, you have to be sympathized with them. You have to go with a normalcy. Prabhupada is such a wonderful person. He exhibited this. You know that nothing was taking place in early days, 65, nothing. Even middle of the night, he got attacked by a knife from David. And then he, after a little while, he lost his typewriter. People still think he didn't have anything. Still. And guess what? He used to go to the harbor and ask the person when the next ship is going back to Bombay. 3 times. On the 3rd time, the harbor's superintendent says, Maharaj, you are asking, but you never go back. Prabhupada said, no, I'm just checking. Because nothing was happening. There was no ISKCON, nothing happening. So Prabhupada was so kind. He was exhibiting to us that it is normal if your relative dies to also feel sympathy with them, cry with them. It's normal. But you don't say, you know what, the world is miserable, I won't chant, I don't feel like. No. You have to continue your battle against Maya. You have to continue your sadhana. But be normal like another human being. Mahaprabhu told this to Raghunath Das Goswami. Sthir hoiya ghare jao na ho batul, krame krame paaye log bhavo sindhukul. Don't be crazy, madman. Go back home. Stay with the family. Be normal what they expect. but develop Krishna consciousness in the heart. If your heart is pure, nothing you need to adjust out, nothing automatically will be adjusted. Nothing you need to do outside. That's why I mentioned other day, can you have living without pretending? Normal, if you are in America, act like an American. Normal. What Krishna is looking, your attitude inside your heart. That is need to be transformed. So in our Krishna consciousness, sometimes we may lose the fight against Maya even. But we should not lose the fighting spirit against Maya. Can you remember this, please? Do not lose the spirit against Maya. We should continue. There is always opportunity to serve Krishna, no matter what happens. In this world, a person can rise maximum to the karmic credit he is having by his own endeavor. But devotee success is not limited by karmic credit. It can go far, far beyond. That is so much as Krishna wants to empower the devotee. And Krishna wanted to empower the devotees unlimitedly. So as we discussed, Krishna has the result. What he seeks from us is endeavor. And what lesson we learned so far up till 33, I'll summarize in few words that we learned that world is a place of misery does not mean we have to accept atrocity. Because in this last so many slokas we just read we read actually quite a bit of slokas from 20 to 33, 14 slokas. Some people say Bhagavad-gita statement that the world is a place of misery makes people fatalistic, passively accepting atrocity. If the Bhagavad-gita were fatalistic, why would it ask Arjuna to take assertive action against the atrocious Kauravas? Do you know why? You think for a moment. In your life, you face this similar thing. Even Gita, Bhagavad-gita verses, those slokas about the world's ephemerality and misery. We read previous chapter, mention these features as a passing reference. Some sloka stresses on dharma, specifically on the supreme dharmic practice of bhakti yoga for transcending this world. Sometimes Bhagavad-gita also explains that we are at our core conscious being, soul. Do you notice that I repeat this many, many times? I purposely do. I want everybody to repeat also. I am a spirit, not part of this world, matter. And then you think I'm a servant of Krishna, but separate first from this world. You are not product of this world. It is necessary. Do you know how many times Prabhupada said we are not this body? Thousands and thousands of times. It is necessary. We can achieve lasting happiness only by developing our spiritual relationship with all attractive absolute truth, Krishna. For facilitating such spiritual growth, a basic level of social order or dharma is essential. To establish dharma, Krishna himself descended, he said in 4th chapter, if you remember that. Even he asked his devotee to assist in that mission. So in this end of this 33, what Krishna is asking Arjuna, he urges Arjuna to embrace his dharmic duty. He's a fighter. He's born as a fighter. Krishna did not say give up fighting spirit. He said, no, you act as a warrior in a devotional mood. And Krishna did something. Can we do each other? Can we do to our own family? Can we do to our own community? Yes, you can. And you should. You must. What did Krishna do to Arjuna? He assures him of victory. He inspired him. We should always inspire each other for spiritual growth. Don't throw the negativity to others or to yourself. Spiritual life is positivity, always positive. Nowhere in the Gita use the world's distressful nature to imply that victims of atrocities be plastically passive. You cannot show me. What about it's asking us to tolerate life's dualities? That statement arises not from fatalism, but from hard-eyed realism. The unsentimental acknowledgement that in this world, no one can entirely escape the pervasive reach of misery. Significantly, however, that tolerance is not a call of passivity. It is a call for focusing on the practice of dharma, duty, for attaining transcendence. And Bhagavad-gita very clearly, Krishna recognizes that we need to sometimes tolerantly avoid certain battles, sometimes assertively engage in certain battles. The deciding criterion is how we can best practice our dharma or duty individually and best aid in establishing dharma socially. Then you'll see Krishna-centered or Gita-centered, not on fatalism, but on dharma. But for promoting dharma, it endorses both tolerance and activism. So I'll end here. If anyone has further discussion, or we'll finish this chapter tomorrow. And if Mother, she's not here, looks like. Okay, someone, oh, you are here. Okay, Mother Palika Pavani. Would you mind of doing that tomorrow to end? You create a devotee's name who is going to recite the verses all the way to 55.
Okay, Prabhu. I'll make the list.
Thank you. You can just send them and let them know. So tomorrow we'll just finish all the way till end and then we'll recap. That will be wonderful.
Okay.
So everybody, I hope you got this 33 verse for the life, for whole life. Thinking about worldly things is not attachment. Being unable to stop thinking of them is. This is what Arjuna proved. So it's wonderful. Anyone has any comment, reflection, or otherwise we'll stop. And today's Shivaratri, I'm sure you all are observing something, some fasting, something. No?
Yeah, Prabhuji.
Okay.
Prabhuji, I like this one which you told, Nitya Siddha Krishna Prema Sadhya Kabunai Savanadi Suddha Chitta Karya Uday. So pure love of Krishna is eternally established in the heart of the living entity. It is not something to be gained from another source. When the heart is purified by hearing and chanting, the love naturally awakens. So just in a layman term, what I understand is, so I mean, we, by doing the devotional service, by doing everything, we have not to gain something from outside. Everything is there inside the heart. So just to polish it, just to brighten it, just to make it awaken. So by doing that, chanting and hearing and chanting, so we are already. So suppose personally for me, I'm already doing the devotional services. So how better I can do? I can check myself. I am the better judge for me, and by that way I need to progress by judging myself, by purifying myself, by doing better and better, by surrendering better way to Krishna, so that Krishna can hear what I am praying, what I am doing the Sravanam Kirtanam. So that this was very good, Prabhuji, because sometime I was thinking personally for me, like what I have to do materially. I mean, so all thing to the Krishna, this, that, everything. Yes, I have to do everything, but everything within me only. So just to, just to make it brighten, just to make it awaken. So no need to search here and there and searching for peace, searching for, everything. We go here, there, here, so many things. So everything is within. Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Thank you. This is a good understanding, but you can add one line with it, will be good. That spiritual growth, to awaken that love that you have within, you can just write in your memory that reality is that spiritual growth or maturity is intentional.
Yeah,
it requires commitment and effort to grow. It is not going to be automatically. Oh, I'm serving automatically, it will take. No. You have to be fully aware. That's why 4th chapter, 30 text, you can read. So if somebody is interested on that, you can read 4.30. Mai sarvani karmani sannasa dhatma chetosa. And Prabhupada put that verse as the essence of whole Bhagavad-gita. The whole Bhagavad-gita in one verse, Prabhupada indirectly saying that you have to be conscious who you surrendering and why you surrendering, who you are, what is your relation. You have to be aware fully. It's intentional. Very good. Thank you.
Thank you.
Any other?
Prabhuji, text 33. Krishna and Prabhupada wants me to get up and prepare to fight and win glory. Conquer my enemies like Kam, Krodh, Lobh and Matsar. And enjoy in Goloka.
Oh, you have a good goal. Very good.
And another line is, they are already killed by Krishna. But Krishna is saying, "Oh Gautam, can you be instrument to kill your enemies?"
Oh, wow, wonderful. You're putting in the word from Krishna's mouth to your writings. Wow, wonderful. So Krishna just talked to you, Gautam, you conquer. Wonderful. I like that. Very nice. I pray that Krishna reciprocate with you. This is wonderful.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Now you can make a little, what do you call that, helper notes.
Yes, Prabhuji.
The 6 enemy that you mentioned, the first one, you mentioned 2. First one, 6 enemy. 6 enemy is caused by 3. It's Raghunath Das Goswami, because I focus on that a lot. Labha, Puja, Pratishta. These 3 actually causing this last greed, anger, madness, illusion, envy. If these 3 things was not there, those 6 would not be there. So don't focus on the 6, focus on these 3. Very difficult to get out. You know how you can get rid of these three by one?
Please tell me, Prabhuji.
Identify yourself always as a servant and engage in devotional service. If you do this one thing, these three things will disappear. Then six will be disappear automatically. That's why we focus on following Prabhupada. He's servant of the servant and keep on serving. Very nice. Thank you, Gautam Prabhu.
Can you little bit elaborate the three main enemies?
I can elaborate this lot because I situated on them. I'm looking for, in English they call prestige, distinction, adoration. I love those. But these are deadly enemy. They're really bad for us. But then why soul is craving for this? You know, even amongst the leaders, sometimes we have a fight. Why? Because of those three. I want to be recognized that I'm the best. Why? Because the inner connection is not there with Krishna. If inner satisfaction, through the connection is there, you will never look for those pad. We call pad, P-A-D, prestige, adoration, distinction.
Yeah.
So inner connection has to come from your absorption, meditation on Krishna, you're chanting sincerely under guidance, then definitely you will experience this. And if you have a book, I helped Mother Urmila to translate. Do you know Mother Urmila? Or probably you never heard. Okay. Mother Urmila is a Prabhupada's disciple. She published a book called Manashiksha of Raghunath Das Goswami. I translated the purport of Bhaktivinoda Thakur. There was a three devotee together, so I was one of them. Also, that taught me a lot. And I'm scared of my own heart. So we're supposed to offer the heart to Krishna. But I learned if I cannot offer the heart to Krishna, at least offer the things in the heart to Krishna. Then automatically Krishna will eventually take over your heart. That's very nice, very convincing. And I see that it's happening. Very nice. Thank you, Prabhu.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Kaivalla Prabhu, you have something to say? We're ending.
Nothing, Prabhu. The 33 verse was very good, and it was like showing how everything we should offer to Krishna actually, and whatever we have in our heart, and we should talk to Krishna actually, and tell us what problems we have, and actually Krishna can help us in all the difficult. Also in our, we have to pray him, to give his bhakti, and he can only bestow his bhakti to us. Otherwise, we cannot do it ourselves. So we have to fully depend on Krishna.
Very good. It's very funny. Prabhupada said we should not ask Krishna to do as a supplier, order supplier. But another lecture Prabhupada said, very unique, what you just said. Prabhupada says, like Arjuna was sitting in the chariot. So we are also in the battlefield. We are in the battle with Maya. But what Arjuna was doing, asking Krishna to help. Can you take the chariot there? Okay, what should I do this? What go there? Let's do this. We should, Prabhupada said, we should engage also Krishna in our life to help. It's wonderful. I love that logic. It's wonderful. So thank you. That was wonderful. Okay, anything from the Mataji's side? We got three Prabhu's side.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Thank you for the wonderful class. From today's class, my realization is tolerance will get rid from the repeated birth and death. And one more is as long as our heart is in attachment and affection in this world, we will not be able to free from the material world, and we have to come again and again to this world.
Very good. Very good.
Hare Krishna.
And I pray that you really literally dissolve that attachment and everything and turn into Krishna. Very good. Wonderful. Thank you, Mother. Okay, so yes, Mother.
Prabhuji, you gave Jatayu's example to support the point that Krishna just want to see our endeavor. That point is apt and absolutely fitting, that the Jatayu's example is absolutely fitting this point, that Krishna make us instrument and want to see our endeavor only. The one thing I really actually it impact on my mind. And the second thing you just recently told is this 3 things, that Labho, Puja and Pratishtha. It's an eye-opener, Prabhuji. And thank you very much for telling all these things.
Thank you, Mata. Thank you. Okay, wonderful. So we end here. Unless somebody else is left, I don't want to ignore, but otherwise we'll just end here. Thank you so much. Please accept my humble obeisances, and I'll see you tomorrow. Hopefully tomorrow, this is the plan, to finish the 11th chapter, and we'll enter next 12th chapter. Pancha kalpa taruvesya kripa sindhupayeva patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo.
Vaishnavibhyo
Krishna
Namo
Binda ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai,
Jai.
Bhagavan Shiv Mahadev ki jai, Gaur Pramanande, Hari Hari Bol.
Hari Bol.